So, mild rant here. I just got back from the park. I'm watching one of the little boys that I watch every now and again. And there's a park right behind my house. And I go over there with him, you know. He's just turned 2. He's a sweetheart, very independent kid because he's an only child and stuff. Anywho, I go over there, and there was only one other person there with her kids. And she was sitting there talking on her cell phone the entire time. And she had a child there that was probably maybe at 1.5. Maybe. Like, he still had pacifier, having a little bit of trouble walking and all that. So he wasn't quite 2, you could tell. And as we were there, we were probably there 10 minutes, she was still talking on her cell phone. And a couple of other parents start showing up with their kids because it was like not even quite noon, but you know, before the heat wave hits. Yeah, North Dakota, right? Heat wave. But they, you know, all of them come in, drop their kids off, and instantly are on their cell phones. Either they're talking on them, or they're texting, or they're surfing the web, whatever. And they're just completely ignoring their children. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing if your kid's like 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, and they're there because they're independent, whatever. You're there to make sure they don't kill themselves. But some of these kids were like 3, 2, 4, you know, really young. And they're just completely ignoring them. And I feel bad for the kids. And, you know, I'm here with my little boy here, and he's, you know, he's playing with me. He's having fun making faces at me. And I'm enjoying myself with him like I would if it was my own child. Granted, maybe I'm more sensitive because I can't have, or I'm having a hard time having kids. So I treasure the moments with the kids I do get to watch. But at the same time, I don't know, it bugs me. The only time I'll take my cell phone out if I have a kid there with me is if it starts ringing and I want to answer it and say, hey, I'm busy right now, I'll call you back later. Or if, like, his mom texts me because I know when she texts me. I don't get a lot of texts, so when I'm watching him, I know it's usually her or my husband. And it was just irritated me. And then what made it even better is when, like, I went over and pushed him on the swing, and that was where the other mom was sitting. So I don't know if she, you know, thought I was making her look bad or what, but she sat her child in there. And you know, I'm making the faces you make when you're with a little kid. Yeah. So it's obvious my tongue ring shows. I don't care. I'm not ashamed of my tongue ring. I'm a good person. This doesn't make me a whore or a slut or anything like that. And she looks over, like she's on her phone, and she looks over at me and she's like, I'm like, what? I'm playing with this child you think is my son. I am having fun. He's laughing his head off. And you disapprove of me because I have a tongue ring. Are you kidding me? And she's like, I gotta go. And whispers in her phone and like takes her son and walks away. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? At least I'm paying attention to the child that I'm with. I don't know. It irritates me how people judge you for things. You know, because I have my tattoo that's obviously there. I have my nose piercing. And I don't know. It drives me crazy. This world that is so revolved around cell phones and everything. I'm not saying I don't like mine. I have a smartphone, you know, touchscreen, all that fancy jazz. And I like playing with it. You know, I'm not saying I have a tablet upstairs. I love reading books, and that just makes my life easier because I can go on Amazon and read a bunch of free books instead of buying them, and that saves me money. And I'll sit next to my husband reading a book. But the thing is, or if I'm here with him and I might be playing on the computer. But I'm still paying attention to him. You can hear Mickey Mouse in the background. It's just about his lunchtime and nap time, so he's wearing down. This is my, you know, his way, his parents' way of kind of slowing him down. But I don't know. I think it's different. You bring your child into this world. You have to give them attention. If you don't want to give your child attention, don't bring the child into this. Okay, I don't believe in abortion. I'm going to say that right now. Don't argue with me, please. But either don't plan for that child or give that child up for adoption if you don't want to give it the attention it deserves. Just irritated me so much. And I don't know. It just bothered me because here are these, like this other little boy that's the 1.5-year-old kept coming up to me. His shoe fell off and he came up to me even though his mom was right there on the cell phone. You know, I go to put it on and she's like, no, you come here. You come here and let me put your shoe on. I'm like, okay, what do you think I'm going to do? Touch your child and all of a sudden a bunch of tattoos and piercings are going to pop up on him and he's going to go to hell? Or he's going to start smoking things? Okay, my husband's military. I don't do things like that. I didn't do things like that before I married him. And I certainly wouldn't do them now. I don't even drink. I'm over 21. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I have a piercing on my tongue that I got when I was married. I don't sleep around. It just irritates me how judgmental people are. Alright, that's End of rant.